a lot of you know I'm married to a nurse. She comes from a medical family. She's in a lot of nursing groups, nursing only groups on Facebook. Tuesday night, the nurses started sharing photos of body bags. Not one or two, but long refrigerated container trucks full. It was pretty sobering, and the comment from the nurse who posted it was, 3 days ago, these were all my patients. Well, 3 days ago, my wife had to go in and adjust a newly admitted patient's medical equipment. This person had a fever, double pneumonia, and a bad cough. She hadn't been tested for COVID. They didn't have the test yet. All Cindy had was a regular doctor's office mask, cloth cover, and gloves. No N95, no face shield, no gown. Yes, of course, she took every possible precaution. This person's violently coughing while Cindy's adjusting the equipment on their face. So here we sit, waiting to see if she gets a sore throat, hoping this patient really does have just double pneumonia. We designed our hospital systems to run at maximum efficiency, and they did. But maximum efficiency doesn't allow for stuff to be sitting around unused, so it got eliminated in the drive for corporate efficiency, and Lumberg's stock did indeed go up much more than 1/4 of a point. Now we're going to ask that same medical system to instantly handle what? An increase of 300% more than their maximum load? And remember, these are mostly critically ill people. A similar facility to the one my wife works in lost 43 people, and that's just so far. Now, sure, the vast majority of people get better. The problem is the services they require to get better often involve a hospital stay. If we spread this virus widely, we're going to absolutely overwhelm our hospitals. And that means all the other regular services hospitals provide is going to be postponed, or worse, suspended completely. In some European countries, hospitals have turned away severe heart attack and stroke patients because they were already overflowing with people who were just as near death. Some hospitals were forced to convert their operating rooms into COVID intensive care units. If you show up with appendicitis, sorry. In that kind of environment, how long do you think it's going to take an ambulance to get to the scene of the accident that critically injured your family? 2 hours? 3? Our hospitals have to be able to handle the workload of COVID and still have the resources necessary to save your parent, or your spouse, or your child. That's why we're all staying inside, going nuts with the kids driving us crazy. I think the only ones that are happy are our pets. And yeah, every day that we sit inside, the economy gets worse. I own a business, I know. My income has shrunk to 20% of what it was. Removing the hospitals from society versus saving the economy, it's one heck of a balancing act. But you know, we Americans are doing what we've always done. We're all pulling together, and we're doing everything we can to slow the spread to a rate where our nation's hospitals can keep up. Ford and GM are making ventilator components. A swimwear company in Daytona Beach realized that thongs and masks aren't really all that different, and now they're making masks. My wife and the other nurses were reusing their masks for a week. Thanks to my friends on Facebook, she now has a new one, and so do all the other nurses and doctors she works with. The mask and cloth cover Cindy wore 3 days ago to treat that patient were donated by my friends. One's a member of this club. Thank you, Amy. You may have quite literally saved my wife's life. I can't thank you all enough. The whole country is pulling together over this thing, and we're going to figure it out. We got the smartest biotech kids working on this. The whole world's biotech community is working on this. We're giving them a blank check. They're really smart. They'll figure it out. Americans have always prized ingenuity. And from the Wright brothers to the first IBM computer to Microsoft and Apple, Ingenuity has always been our hallmark. We do what must be done. And when the government and the media screamed as loud as they could, we all listened and we all went inside, and here we sit, still, in dress tops and shorts, or pajamas because it was cold. We're all doing our part. My dad was on a PT boat in the Pacific in World War II. But all they're asking us to do is stay on the couch. And I'll bet you all know me well enough to realize that I am absolutely up to that challenge. So hang tough, my fellow Toastmasters. As John Lennon said, strange days indeed. Madam Toastmaster.